David Reyes, author, financial advisor, radio show host on KFMB on Sunday mornings. Good to have you in here. So, global economy, right?
Global economy. You know,
so what do you think?
Greece.
We see all this in Greece. What does this mean to us?
Well, you know, the Greek drama continues. You know, it's hard for most people to understand what does a little country like Greece have to do with the United States. And the big deal is that the European Union and the IMF, International Monetary Fund, they did give the extension to the Greeks for 4 months, which helps avoid a March payment of $1.5 billion. They've borrowed billions of dollars as part of like their own little bailout that they got. And they actually owe, that 4-month extension expires in June, which they owe, I believe, another $2.5 billion and about $10 billion total between June and September. So that was a big deal. It's kind of been a game of chicken between the European Union, the IMF, and Greece. The big issue is that you've got other countries like Spain and Portugal that have similar deals, and you know, you don't want to have this this trickle-down effect where everybody starts having their hand out and saying, I want to renegotiate my deal. And so that's the problem. You want to keep the European Union together, part of the euro. That would cause a lot of instability in U.S. markets as well as European markets. So it matters a lot to the United States investor.
And Janet Yellen spoke earlier this week suggesting that she is going to keep interest rates low for quite some time, which shows that, hey, we have some uncertainty and some headwinds ahead of us as well. I always ask you the question, why should I care? And I'm speaking on behalf of our viewers here today who see all this stuff happening in the global economy, but we're so busy with our jobs, our families, our hobbies that sometimes a lot of stuff can go in one ear and out the other. But I really want to drill down here today on why this does matter to you. Here's another video about your retirement plan. When we come back, I want David Reyes to help give you some advice on your retirement.
I'm Sharon Epperson, CNBC's personal finance correspondent. It's a difficult road trying to figure out how much income you need in retirement and trying to find the right fund companies to help you generate that income. Even some of the big mutual fund companies like Vanguard and Fidelity have had a difficult time figuring it out. But one of the things that retirees and near retirees need to keep in mind is what you take out largely depends on what you put in. Generating that type of income that you want, say 5%, may be difficult in this interest rate environment, but making sure that you have enough money that you've already saved and invested will do a large part in helping you reach your retirement goals. The other thing to consider is to make sure that your retirement income stream is still well diversified.
So David, here it is again. Why should I carry all these troubles, all these things happening? Now we need some advice. Give me some good advice for a Saturday morning.
Well, Craig, I'll tell you, you know, we, part of your radio show and the television show, we get a lot of listeners and viewers that we help every day. So it's a great honor to do that. And I'll tell you, the number one question I get, Craig, is that you know, how do I take distributions from my retirement once I'm getting ready to retire? And I'll tell you, most of it's wrong advice. When you accumulate assets, you know, most people are familiar with the 60% stock, 40% bond portfolio. That's kind of like the catch-all generic portfolio that people have accumulated assets by. The problem is, do you know that most people will have about a 50% chance of running out of money with that type of portfolio in retirement? And so what we do for clients is we're going to want to create, as part of that, to ensure that you have a safe and successful retirement and alleviate the number one concern that you have, which is, am I going to have enough money for the rest of my life and not run out? Is we want to have some guaranteed income streams in there, some predictable income streams to help to buffer against markets and interest rates rising as well. So definitely want to add some different types of investments, some things that will give us, like our Social Security, predictable income streams. We also want to add predictable income streams, such as annuities, as a part of our portion of our portfolio.
Makes sense. David, you mentioned the 60-40 stocks to bonds as being a safe way to play it, but then you hear things like bond bubble, marketing all-time high, and then you hear things like we're due for a 10% correction. Interest rates, we talk about that a lot on this show. I know we talk a lot about in regards to real estate, but Janet Yellen keeping short-term interest rates down. What happens when she starts to bring those things up? Look, there's a lot of people who can reach out today, but I want you to reach out specifically. If you have money in your retirement, your 401k, your IRA, and you just want to make sure it's safe. There's a lot of risks right now in this marketplace. Why not take a look and just make sure that you don't have anything that's deteriorating the age at which you're going to be able to retire. I always think of that story with Enron and how so many people's retirement just blew up in their face. And now we have these market risks. Let's pay attention. On your screen here, David offers a free review of your financial plan. Now, I shouldn't even use the word free because these things cost a lot of money, so we can only give out 3 of them today. But if you look on your screen, the first 3 people that text in right now, David is going to offer a free comprehensive analysis to make sure that you don't have any exposure in your financial plan. Doesn't mean you're going to buy a new product or switch financial advisors. He's just going to help you identify what risks are there that your financial advisor may not have shown you, or maybe you just didn't see in your 401k plan. So it's right there on your screen. Text me free review to the number you see on your screen, 846-9333. And the first 3 people are going to get the $1,000 cost basis. Actually, I think you charge $2,000. I think we need to update that. First 3 people are going to get for free. If you don't get in, we're going to still send you the Ultimate Retirement Blueprint that David Reyes wrote with a CD. David, great information today. Thank you for coming on the show with the Reyes Report. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You can visit him online as well. David is just a wealth of knowledge, no pun intended. He's very well known in San Diego and the right guy to go to for more information. All right.